Hey guys, what's up? It's Champ7. Today is President's Day, and I wanted to make a little video for today. Thought I'd give y'all a few turkey calling tips for this upcoming season, 2011 spring season. And wanted to show y'all a few of the basic calls and a few cooler calls I was able to get out of this mouth call. This here is a triple reed, Primos. It has a V cut. And alright guys, the first call I want to show y'all today would be the normal yelp of a hen. There's a few different meanings to the yelp about how excited that hen might make it. If it's a little more laid back or if it's excited, then it can have different meanings variating. But whenever you put it in your mouth, the thing with mouth calls, if you're just starting out, I would recommend getting a single reed call with no cuts in it and mess with it. I have one right here. It's I got this from Drop Time Outdoor Realities. Whenever I joined the team, they sent me a turkey call from Redneck Pride's, I think is what it's called. Anyways, it's a simple single reed, no cuts in it, and like these calls are basically musical instruments. You'll hit notes in these things. So like you'll hear people say cut 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 or chuck 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 or whatever. You don't necessarily have to do that. Whenever you have these calls, you want to hit that high note. You'll hear me. I'll hit a high note and then it'll drop off, and that's how you'll want to call. So listen. And that's how you want to make that call. You can tell that there's a drop off there. It goes high and then it hits a low. And then once you speed that up real fast, then you'll get that sound that you want. Now for this triple reed, you'll sort of do the same thing, but it's definitely going to be a lot raspier when you have a triple reed call. So definitely work at it. Even I can't do it that well from that because it's definitely not as clear cut. And then this V cut sort of gives it that raspiness. But here's what it kind of sounds like for this one. And there's your basic hen yelp with a few cuts in it. Now those cuts are excited cuts, and those can be very helpful too whenever you got a hot gobbler. Alright guys, the next call I want to show y'all would be the purr of a hen. Now this is just a sound that a hen will make whenever she's content. So basically how you want to do this is that you'll do it just like this. You'll want to roll your tongue like grrr in the back of your mouth while you're holding it just like you're holding it like a yelp. So it'll be kind of like this. And you can actually make different tones of it by moving your lips up and down of how much air you're forcing out of your mouth. So that's a good one to have if a gobbler's maybe hung up, and I don't know, just a good mix to throw in there with your other calls. Alright guys, the next call I want to show y'all would be the putt or the alarm putt of a turkey. Now the first thing you kind of, whenever you hear this call, you're thinking you may not want to use it because it's exactly what it sounds like. It's an alarm putt. Whenever they see something they may not like, they start doing this. But this call, I'll actually add a video here at the end of this. I was lucky enough, just a few days before the turkey season opened, there's a Jake sitting out here at about 200 yards or so, and he starts alarm putting because he sees me. Now I do the same exact thing back to him, and he comes within 30 yards to check out what I am. So sometimes it doesn't seem like it's a bad thing to do. So what you want to start out is that you want to put it in your mouth just like you're doing a yelp or a purr, and you'll want to make a puck sound, but you'll want to kind of get that in the very beginning of it. So it'll be like this. Now it's going to be a very sharp note. You don't want to drag it out too much. It's going to be very sharp. Get that there at the very beginning of it, and that's how you do the putt. Alright guys, the last call that I have for you guys would be the gobble on a mouth call. Now this can be really confusing, and it might take a long time for you guys to learn it. I know it took me quite a long time for me to learn this, and I've tried it with a few different calls. I've tried it with single reeds and triple reeds, and triple reeds seem to work the best because they have that raspy sound to it, and it really gets rid of that human sound whenever you have like a single reed with no cuts in it. So I like it, but anyways, the way I've done it is that there's about 3 or 4 different ways I've seen on YouTube that people have made videos on how to do it, but this one kind of helps the best for me. Basically you want to put it in the back of your mouth just like you are maybe a little bit forward on your tongue than like if you were yelping or purring or cutting or anything like that. And you'll want to say the words ticka 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 ticka, and you really want to try to bounce your tongue off your roof of your mouth. That's really important. Get that. That'll really get you that sound that you want. So you can go right in from cutting from it or whatever you want, and it can really sound like you're putting on a show for that gobbler if he's hung up. And that's just one time how to do it, and you might not want to use it too much because you don't want to get him too hot and then have him cool down and then he moves on, or you don't want to tell other hunters where you're at. So maybe use it sparingly, use it as a last resort. Use a couple hen calls first before you do it, because not every gobbler likes a challenge from another gobbler. And I hope these tips helped y'all a little bit, and good luck this turkey season.